A vampire for your ageless appearance. So, and Morbius also seems to have the similar attribute as well. So did you kind of relate to him for that?
Maybe a little bit. I don't know. I think the things that I related to the most were the fact that here's a doctor trying to find a cure for this disease, and then something goes wrong in that battle. You know, I was attracted to the space between good and evil, the fact that this is a film that is a little bit darker, a little bit scarier than the typical Marvel film. I think that's a lot of fun.
I guess many fans would want to have Morbius costumes for Halloween this year. So could you share with us, like, what is the most important thing to embrace Morbius' character in a Halloween costume?
It depends which one you're going to be. Are you going to be the Dr. Michael Morbius, or are you going to be the super strong and healthy Michael Morbius, or are you going to be the monster? There's three to choose from there, but you have to, if you're the monster, I think you have to make sure that you have the growl down too, maybe.
Even though the two characters, like Milo and Morbius, have the same abilities, like Morbius becomes the anti-hero and Milo becomes a villain. So as you played Milo, what makes a villain more attractive than a hero?
Well, I think a villain sort of gets a bit more bang for his buck, and you get to do all the dastardly, ghastly, appalling things, which every story needs, and you get to lean into that. And I think it allows you to be quite bold with what you bring as an actor and as a performer. So I enjoyed it greatly.
And you get to do like anything you want, like as a villain, right?
Yeah, because you're the villain, you know, you're there to sort of mess things up and stir the pot and cause trouble. And that's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it sounds fun to be villain, you know?
Yeah, it is.
Movie, Morbius gets superpowers but abandons his healthy diet. So let's say you can get a superpower only if you give up one thing in your life. Like, what would you give up?
One thing that I love. I think it has to be, you know, one thing that you love. Otherwise, you don't deserve the superpower. Do you know what it would be? And it would be hard for me. But I love chocolate. And if I had to give chocolate up, but if I got a superpower, no problems. You know, if I could fly or be invisible, I had superhuman strength, no problems. I'd do it.
You would give up just chocolate?
I would give it up. How about you? I'd be on length forever.
Well, I would say like maybe a little bit of sleep, maybe like today, and I get to meet you.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure it's worth it at 4:30 in the morning.
Well, it was worth it for me, so.
Okay, good. Well, hurrah!
There were versions of Morbius. Which one was like more pitiful?
Well, I feel like there's three Morbiuses, and I think everything sort of shifts for Martine when she sort of sees the second version of Morbius. Definitely terrified of the monster, but I think Martine always trusted that, or wanted to trust deeply, that there was a Michael still inside there. So I think the middle one, for you to, when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Like all the versions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sad for Martine to go through all that, you know? It's not really normal.
Me too. But it was a fun acting challenge, so I'm glad that she did go through that, because it made my job, you know, more fun and more challenging. But yeah, I also feel for her. I'm glad you did too. Thank you.
Yeah. How did you interpret like his fantastic movement in this one?
I did two things. We studied a lot of bats. We had a bat expert and had a lot of footage of bats, of how they move in slow motion and how they kind of, you know, change their bodies. But also I went to this amazing exhibition where you put on goggles and you become a tree. So you can see the vibrations of how a tree breathes. And then I thought maybe this is the way echolocation should work, you know, that it's like vibrations. And then I watched a lot of Pokemon as well, and I love the way that you use colors, you know, with the Pokemon to express powers. And I always thought that was always present in the comic books, but not so much in the movies, that they become a bit more stiff. So I thought I want to bring that into the picture, you know, I want to bring that tradition into it, and that's how we created those powers.
너는 계획이 다 있구나.
Oh, thank you.
Bye bye.
What would you do if you could be normal?
I would find a cure for us.
After years, it's finally possible.
You did it. You found a cure.
No, Milo, it's a curse.
It's not a curse. It's a gift. All our lives we've lived with death. Why shouldn't they know what it feels like for a change?
You have to stop.
Just accept who you are.
The bad guy.